Oh yeah, that's it. That's the offside.
Yeah,
I spoke to
that's the
Kwabena, the sports reporter, the sports journalist, famous sports journalist today, and he said to me that not particularly interested in either Manchester United or Arsenal, but he's looking at it and saying that he thinks the offside rule should be the whole body of the player should be offside.
Yes, FIFA
not
has
this,
actually,
his finger, his hair, his ear, his offside.
Coming into this season, FIFA has actually changed the offside rule that now the whole body of the player, but not all the leagues have considered it yet. So some leagues have started using that rule, but it's not obligatory on every league to use it.
What was this guy doing? Was he deliberately
Yes, he was deliberately
offside?
trying to make him offside. And it's allowed. It's allowed. He was deliberately
Instead
trying
of
to make
attacking him and taking the ball from him, he's deliberately making him offside.
Yes, and it's allowed. It's allowed for him. It's allowed. That's that part of the game too.
So
that's why other teams play with setting offside. That's why other teams play the game. Their strategy is to set offside for you.
Yeah, but that's with the whole body, not this kind of thing he's doing.
He realized that he was making him onside, so he had to come out and balance his body a bit to make him offside. And so
the other point I was making to Kwabena is that this is the center circle, and between here and the goal, there's a lot of work that has to be done. Why is Arsenal refusing to do the work and trying to create an offside? They should tackle him and take the ball from him. It's a long distance to the goal.
That's the offside rule.
Garnacho held the ball. Who's passing? Is it Casemiro?
That's Casemiro.
Wow.
Casemiro.
I thought United had a good turnout. In patches of the game where they did well, they looked like real football
the
team.
interesting thing about this VAR thing with United being unhappy with the VAR is that just before this action, Arsenal also had a penalty which was overturned by VAR.
Oh, a penalty was awarded?
Yes, to Arsenal. Okay. And VAR overturned it.
But what was the concern of football lovers? Was it a penalty?
If you watch, when you watch the replay, it looked like there was no touch. So there was no
penalty. Yeah, but there was no touch.
But this also a VAR. This offside is automatic.
So the referee actually allowed the goal and then VAR called him?
Yes, and VAR called.
Oh, so Anthony Taylor gave the goal?
He allowed the goal.
So that was going to be a goal?
There was going to be a goal. Until VAR, normally when you allow the goal, then the offside, they have a mechanism that checks for offside. So after the goal is allowed, then the mechanism will now draw the lines to check for the offside.
Why did Anthony Taylor succumb himself to the rule? Because we've heard that this season, the rule is that the referee must decide whether I want to come and watch the VAR or not.
No, when it's offside, you don't have to watch. No, the mechanism will determine whether it's offside or not. When it's offside, the referee does not have to go and watch the screen. They only watch the screen when it's a penalty decision or a red card decision. But when it's offside decision, it will automatically determine whether it's offside.
Second goal by Declan Rice, great goal it was, no doubt about that. Yes. But there was a foul. What about that?
That's also contentious because others also say it's not a foul, and really that's when we really watch the referee's decision because the law is that is it a clear and obvious error from the referee? If the people in the VAR thing is not a clear and obvious error, then they are not going to overturn the on-field decision. The decision on the field that was taken by the referee must be clear and obvious. Like in the penalty situation where there was no touch, so it looked like a clear and obvious error, then they will allow him to go and review it. But if they think it's not a clear and obvious error and it's contentious, then they will allow the on-field decision. So that's really the law with it. And you know one thing interesting to Man U's first game, in their first game against Watford,
there was a penalty decision that was not given.
And when Ten Hag against Watford,
Wolves. Yes, thank you very much.
And when Ten Hag was asked about that offside, he said since the VAR didn't take it, they can't say anything about it. So he agreed with VAR then, but now he's disagreeing with VAR.
Who was the better team on the day?
I think Arsenal were better than Man U on the day.
In terms of
Arsenal
the possession?
The terms of possession, in terms of creating chances and the intensity.
Who had quality players? Who were the best players on the field that day? Because I looked at the score and I noticed that Eriksen and Casemiro had been scored very high by the bookmakers in terms of the performance on the day. And 3 or 4 United players have scored 5 over 10. And
Arsenal generally, if you look at all their players, had very good players on that day. On that day, in the exception of probably Kai Havertz, who didn't have a good day, he's still warming himself up to Arsenal. You look at the rest of the players, they all had a very good game.
The Saka had a good game.
Nketiah, yes, although Dalot did a very good work on him.
Yeah, he did a very good. I think Saka had a quiet day.
Good work on him.
But he had a straight shot, which he didn't quite kick well.
Yes.
Onana was able to block it. But that was a big chance. It was him and the goalkeeper, and he couldn't score.
Yes.
That would have taken it to 2-1, I believe.
Yes, Arsenal also had a big chance. Kai Havertz also had a big chance that he missed. So as for the chances,
but the new United striker also had a big chance that he missed. There are pictures of Garnacho holding his shirt and sort of asking him, why did you miss the chance? It was empty net and he didn't put it in. That would also have made
So as for the
2-1.
chances, you have to take them when they come.
So all is set for the return leg in Old Trafford in January. That's going to be a big deal.
So the story really is that Erik ten Hag is really not doing well with his away games. And it's very worrying. In his away games, yes, he's lost 13, lost 42 points away and got only 1 point away. And this quite different from what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was good away, but
doing badly at home.
And Ten Hag comes and he's strong home because last season, Man U lost only once at home, I think against Liverpool, and won all their home games.
And even beat Manchester City at home.
Yes, at home. But away, they didn't do well. If they were competitive and got a lot of points away, they could have been in contention to win the league because
that's
of the kind
mentality.
of points.
That's a mentality lacking.
Yes.
Because to win away games in the Premier League is about the mentality.
Yes, it's about mentality.
Yeah, you have
and
to ignore everything you are seeing.
Yes.
And
that's what Man City has over everyone.
They do.
That's what Man City has.
Even them, last season, you remember they went to Forest and they drew. Could consider the last minute goal against. Away games are very difficult in the Premier League.
They are very difficult.
Very, very difficult.
And getting points from away really is the defining moment for who wins the Premier League.
Newcastle has been beaten 4-1 by Brighton.
Brighton have a very, very good team that a lot of people must watch
out
for.
And guess where Brighton are going next? Old Trafford.
Yes, they have a very good team, and they have a very good recruitment team who always know how to bring out talent. You don't know where they bring them from. They always get the talent every year. This season, they have a player who was at Nordirland. He's an Ivorian, but he's at Nordirland. He was at Nordirland, and he played for Right to Dream. He was scouted by Right to Dream in Ghana. He's an Ivorian. And the same Right to Dream scouted Kudus. They scouted Kamal Din Suleimana. They scouted our player who is now in Lyon, Enes Niama, who is now in Lyon. So Right to Dream are doing a very good work in Ghana. And they send their players to Nordirland and then to Europe. So Brighton have that player now with Ingra. He's the new talent that they brought up this season, and everyone is looking up to.
How is Caicedo doing in Chelsea, by the way?
Not too well so far. He's not had a very good turnout so far. I think it's because of the expectation and the pressure that was put and the transfer business, the kind of a lot of noise in his transfer. So a lot of people expected a lot from him. But so far, and it's not only Caicedo, the whole team, Chelsea team, has still not picked form so far. They are controlling games, but their problem has always been goal scoring.
I saw their striker. What's his name? The good
Nicolas Jackson.
Yeah, Nicolas Jackson has the movement. He has the vision.
His finishing
is abysmal.
And it's the whole team. The whole team have
within the 6-yard box. He put it over the bar.
The whole team have a terrible finishing. Since about 2 seasons now, they always play very well, but when they get to the ball, scoring becomes a problem for Chelsea, and that has been their problem that they have been trying.
Mohamed Kudus in his first turnout for West Ham United. How did you see it?
Oh, he had about less than 10 minutes of action, and so you can't really judge him based on that.
Is he going to walk into the first squad, the West Ham 11?
I expect him to. Yeah, with the kind of way he plays. The only thing is that West Ham are a team who, when they are playing against the big sides, like to stay back and defend. And that might probably limit Kudus because he likes a team who play attacking football a lot. So that might probably limit him. But I expect him, if you look at the kind of, I think he's going to compete with Paqueta for position in the team. And at the moment, Paqueta is doing very well. But let's see whether he'll be able to outshine him. Let's see.
Okay, Blackstars.
Yes, so the Blackstars this Thursday will be in action. A very crucial match. A lose in that game could mean that will not be in the AFCON in January.
Who are we playing?
We are playing Central African Republic.
In Kumasi?
Yes, in Kumasi.
Oh, we'll be there. The last time we lost, it's not simple like that.
Yes, but the last time we lost in Kumasi was in 2000 against South Africa.
But if we draw, are we good?
Yeah, if we draw, we are good.
Okay, so we need to avoid defeat on Thursday.
Yes, we need to avoid defeat.
Against Central African Republic.
Central African Republic.
We have to beat them 4.
But the performance recently have been, and you know one thing, although we are the home team, the away team arrived in Ghana before the home team started pitching camp. Central African Republic arrived on Saturday. They arrived in Ghana on Saturday, and the Blackstars players started arriving on Monday. But Central African Republic had the whole complement of their team arrive on Saturday. They started training.
Maybe because they all play Central African Republic.
Kumasi, yes, and they moved to Kumasi yesterday, even before the Blackstars arrived in Kumasi today. The Blackstars arrived.
So who are in the Blackstars team? No Partey?
No Partey.
No Kudus?
That's the only surprising. Kudus is there. That's the only surprising exclusion. Thomas Partey.
But he's injured,
really
so that makes sense.
Yes, he's injured. Mm-hmm. But normally, the normal players, Inaki Williams is back after missing the last call-up due to injury.
Jordan Ayew is in there.
Jordan Ayew is in the Enes Niama, Antoine Semenyo, Jonathan Sowa. So
you were going
Barbara
to show us how
is
to
also
get
back.
tickets. How are you going to get tickets?
Barbara Man is also back.
So Barbara Man is back in the left field. Is Gideon Mensah in there?
Gideon is also in.
Do we have the Brighton guy in there?
No, Lamptey. He just came back from injury.
Okay.
He just came back from injury and featured
Tariq Lamptey.
Tariq Lamptey. And your player has got an England call-up, so Ghana has missed up.
I'm not even sure why he's making that decision because World Cup, Hurricane, Phil Foden,
yeah, so he
Jack Grealish, nobody's going to feel
He was asked when he went to the camp, and he said it was natural for him because he had played in the junior national teams of England, so he saw it as a natural progression to the Three Lions. That's why he didn't accept Blackstars and accepted the Three Lions. So
he didn't accept the Blackstars.
No, he didn't accept. We tried severally, but he always bided his time and waited for England to call him.
Yeah, but there's Jack Grealish, there's Phil Foden, there's Hurricane.
Yes, he has to compete.
It's a deadly England striking force.
It's very competitive.
Extremely competitive.
Yes.
Anyway.
So this is how to get tickets for the game. You know now, since the Ghana-Nigeria game, now we don't sell tickets at the gate again. You only have to take your phone there, you dial *711#, and then you follow the process, and then that's how you can buy your tickets.
So if it's full, it will tell you it's full?
Yes, it is full. It will tell you it is full. So you have to, if you want the tickets now, you have to start now because normally on game day, that's when people rush on the network and normally the traffic
and
is
you
very
buy by
huge.
mobile money?
You buy by mobile money. So VIP 150.
What's the kickoff time on Thursday?
It's 4 p.m.
And ending?
4 p.m. So it will end at 6.
6, okay.
6, yes. So we are expecting the Kumasi fans to come out because, you know, Kumasi has become a fortress for the Blackstars. The last time we lost a game was 23 years ago against South Africa in the Nations Cup in 2000 where we co-hosted with Nigeria. A goal from Nonvete.
Siabongo Nonvete.
Yes.
I remember that game. The guy is like 6'2". Siabongo Nonvete. The tournament that we co-hosted with Nigeria.
Yes, with Nigeria, yes. And we lost in the quarterfinals with them. That was the last time we lost a game at the Baba.
But that was a good tournament, you know. That was the tournament that had the final with Cameroon and Nigeria. Cameroon took a 2-goal lead and Austin JJ Okocha made it happen for Nigeria. But then Cameroon won on penalties, I think.
Yes. And Cameroon won. So *711# is the magic code if you want your ticket for the game on Thursday. And so we are asking the Kumasi fans to come out. We will also be there to give them regular updates, to give our viewers regular updates on social media about what's happening tomorrow. The Blackstars will hold their last training session tomorrow, and Central African Republic will also hold their last training session tomorrow.
By the time we come on air on
Thursday, they would have known the results of that game. And after that, the Blackstars also play a friendly game with Liberia.
On Saturday?
Yes, during the weekend. In Kumasi again.
Or they will remain in Kumasi for that?
Yes. They'll play a friendly game with them. Then after that, they'll just dismantle in expectation for the friendlies in October against USA and Mexico.
Let's take our short break now. We have a break, don't we? Okay, let's take the break. We take text messages, we'll bow out. Thursday, we continue with the rest of the stories. Good luck to the Blackstars when they play on Thursday, because by the time we come on Thursday, the Blackstars would have played their game. Good luck to the Blackstars.